Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Cup of Cheer on the 10th day of Christmas. 10 Lords a Leaping. This video has nothing to do with 10 Lords a Leaping or the song The 12 Days of Christmas, but rather just keeping with the tradition of my Cup of Cheer videos and wanting to address something that I talked about in one of my last videos. So I had touched on the fact that I view Christmas as the Sabbath of my year. And maybe some of you are wondering what I mean. Well, it stems from the fact that not only are we called in the Ten Commandments to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy, but there are several places in the Old Testament that even go as far as to say that every 7 years, the ground, the soil of the earth needs to take a rest. And the farmers or the workers of those fields need to trust God to provide for them in that season. And I remember really studying this during the time of studying what Sabbath means to me as a Christian, that the Bible really talks about to the believers. Because I know that after Christ came and was our reconciliation for our sins, that a lot of the rules are not necessarily required, but they're still there for good purpose, for our benefit. And it's important to try to learn and understand where they benefit us and how they benefit us and how they benefit our walk with God and our lives every day. So as I was thinking about that and praying about why we would need not only the seventh day to keep holy, but why the earth would need this year-long rest, and isn't that taking it too extreme? It really dawned on me that, in this life we are really shoved with things to do and we never have any time to rest. It's go, go, go all the time, especially now that with cell phones being able to give us emails or keep us contacted with people constantly. We never have the downtime that we used to have even about 15 years ago. And having time set aside once a week is really good and really healthy for our heart, for our spirit, to trust in God in that last day of the week, to just rest in Him. But also, I think the year tends to do that to us too. You see, there's so much bombarding us with expectations, with doctor's visits, with politics, with relationships and relationship statuses and career statuses. There's so much that just bombards our life throughout the year of expectations and stress. And when it comes to the end of the year, I love that we have this marker of Christmas, this time that we can set aside, sometimes purely for rest, though that's really hard for a lot of people around Christmas time to actually rest when there's a lot of, celebrations and traditions to keep track of. But for me, even when I'm trying to keep traditions and gather with friends, it's about a mental rest. It's about the mental trusting that God will provide for those things that I don't necessarily see happening. For example, a few of our Christmases have been really rough, and it's been hard to see a really precious tradition feel like it's going to be stripped from us. I am someone whose love language is gifting. It just is. I love feeling seen and having someone else feel seen when you gift them just the right thing that really speaks into their lives. And when we were totally cash strapped and didn't know what we were going to do one year, it was really hard. And I really had to pray about trusting God and understanding again what the Christmas season is about and leaning into Him. And in those moments, surprisingly, this particular year that I am thinking of, it just so happened that we were helping a friend who ran a charity, and they accidentally found out that we were very cash strapped. My mother's identity had been stolen at the time, and we were really struggling. And she said, kids come in here, and she had my brother and I both pick out one gift for each of our family members and one gift for ourselves and a new coat. None of us told her anything about that, about what was going on in our lives. No one in my family volunteered or asked, could you help us? We didn't volunteer the information, is what I'm saying, that this was happening. It just so happened that she noticed that I didn't have a good coat for the day, and she asked why, and my mom said, we can't afford it right now. And then the rabbit trail, she found out, and that is how that Christmas, not only did I have a gift to open, but my family members all got gifts that they could open from us. And that trust, that belief that God would still provide through our expectations that weren't feeling like they were going to be met. And he showed up. And to me, each Christmas season comes with something like that. Whether it be I'm afraid for the coming year because of a health scare, or afraid of the coming year because of what media is telling me the new year is going to be like, or maybe I'm afraid of the new year because of something that's going on with a friend or family member. That time of Christmas, setting it aside to not allow myself to focus on the what ifs and the maybe this won't turn out right, and just spending those precious weeks really focusing and trusting on God. That to me is how Christmas is like a Sabbath, is a year's Sabbath. It's a refresh. And that's where we are right now. We're at the end of the refresh season. We're about to have Epiphany, and the end of Epiphany, the 12th day of Christmas, in a couple of days. And I am still just so grateful that we have this marker at the end of the year. And I wonder if you've ever seen Christmas this way, if you've ever looked at it kind of like a Sabbath for your year or for your seasons, because I just find it so lovely. So I hope that wasn't too long-winded. Thank you for watching so far. That was a lot louder clap than I anticipated. Anyways, thank you for watching so far. God bless. From me and mine to you and yours, a very Merry Christmas and a cup of good cheer, and Happy Epiphany, y'all. Bye.